shall discuss about the tuple data structures. So last class we have seen the list data structures and we have implemented some programs and we have discussed all the methods of the list. So today we shall discuss about the tuple. So tuple is a data structure which contains ordered collection of elements. Ordered collection of elements. So here tuple is immutable collection. It is an immutable. That means we cannot change the elements of a tuple. Elements of a tuple. So tuple can be written by using the parentheses. The elements are written inside the parentheses or by using the tuple constructor. Tuple constructor. So here the elements are ordered. That means the positions of the elements are fixed. The tuples are immutable. That means we cannot change the values of the tuple. The tuple can contain different data type elements. So tuple is heterogeneous data type. So tuples are created by using parentheses as well by using the constructor. So here first we shall seeing that example. My tuple is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which are written inside the parentheses. Inside the parentheses. Now if I print the type of T, type of my tuple, then we get that data type as tuple. The data type as tuple. If I display just print T, then we will get the values as 1, 2, 3, 4. As I said that the tuple contains ordered set of elements. That means the 1 is at index 0, the value 2 is at index 1, the value 3 is at index 2 and the value 4 is at index 3. Is at index 3. And the value 5 is at index 4. The indexes are not changed for the elements. So this set of elements are ordered set of elements. So tuple contains ordered set of elements. And I said that the elements, the tuple elements cannot be changed. That means immutable. I cannot change the value. Like for example, T of 0 is equal to 30. This is not applicable because the tuple is immutable. That means we cannot modify or change the values of the tuple. So here using the tuple constructor. The second way to create the tuple is by using the tuple constructor. So here I am giving the list of elements. The list of elements are enclosed inside the square brackets. Then I am converting the list by using the tuple constructor. Tuple. Then if I display my tuple, so my tuple will be containing inside the parentheses the elements 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the tuple constructor takes one argument. That argument can be any iterable. So here in this example, we are using the iterable as list of elements. If you want to create a single element in a tuple, then it is called as a singleton tuple. That can be created by using 42 comma. 42 comma. Here we have written the element 42 comma inside the parentheses. Inside the parentheses. This comma is mandatory. Is mandatory. If you write just 42, this will be not considered as a tuple. For the single element, we have to compulsorily use comma. You can either use 42 comma inside the parentheses or you can directly write just 42 comma. Like for example, T is equal to 42 comma. So singleton tuple is created by appending the comma at the end. At the end. As I said that tuple contains heterogeneous set of data. So here creating a tuples with different data types. So here the name mixed tuple variable is containing the 1 which is of type integer, hello which is of type string, 3.14 which is of type float and true is of type boolean. So tuple contains different types of elements. So it is heterogeneous. So the features of tuple, the properties of the tuple are tuple elements are immutable. That means they cannot be changed. Tuple can be constructed by using the parenthesis or by using the constructor. Tuple constructor takes one argument. The argument can be a list, string or a range. It should be an iterable. Now we shall see the same by using the Python interpreter. Now tuple. Say that I want to create a tuple 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So now if I display t, we can see that the elements 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 are inserted inside the parentheses. Now if I print the type of t, here you can observe that the type of variable t is of class tuple. Tuple elements are immutable. That means we cannot modify. Like for example, t of 0 is equal to 33. Now we will get the error. The error displayed here is tuple object does not support item assignment. Why? Because the tuple elements are immutable. That means we cannot change the order of the, elements. It is immutable. Now this is one way to create the tuple. Now I want to create the tuple by using the constructor. Like for example, say L is equal to list of range of 10. So I have created one list iterable which is containing the elements 0 to 9 enclosed inside the square brackets. Now I want to convert this list into a tuple. Say that x is equal to, I will apply the constructor tuple now. Now I am passing the argument as a list. The list I have named as L. Now I have created a tuple by named x. Now if I print x, now you can see that the values 0 to 9 are enclosed inside the parentheses. Now if I display the type of x, you can observe that the type of x is class tuple. So this is how we can create the tuple, either enclosing a set of element inside the parentheses or by using the tuple constructor. Now if I want to create a tuple which is containing a single element, say that y is equal to 10, comma. I need to append the comma at the end. Then only y will be a tuple. Now you can observe that when I display y, it is containing the value 10, comma. If I display the type of y, then you can observe that the type of y is tuple. So if you want to create a singleton tuple, then it is mandatory to append comma at the end of the value. Now you can observe that, say that I want to create singleton element, say that it is containing 12. If I write inside the parentheses the element, the comma is written after the element, then close the parentheses. Now I am printing the z value. Z is containing 12. Now if I print the type of z, the type of z is tuple. So this is how we can create the singleton tuple. The singleton tuple, the comma should be mandatory after the value, after the element. This is how we create the singleton tuple. So tuple elements are ordered. Tuple is immutable. Tuples are created by inserting the elements separated by comma inside the parentheses, and tuple can also be created by using the tuple constructor. Now you shall see that tuple will contain the different data types. Say that a is equal to 1, 2, 3. Now I am displaying a. A is containing 1, 2, 3. I will add that a dot append of BVRIT Now A dot append of 3.14. So I have created a list here. I have created a list. Now I want to convert this list into a tuple. B is equal to tuple. I will use the constructor here. Constructor, and I will pass the argument as A. Now I am printing the B. Now you can observe that in the output the values are separated by the comma enclosed inside the parentheses. Now I will see the type of B. The type of B is class tuple. Class tuple. So tuple can contain heterogeneous data types. So here 1, 2, 3 are integers, B variety is a string, and 3.14 is a float data type. Accessing tuple. To access the elements of a tuple, we can use either indexing or slicing. Same way of accessing as we have seen in the list. List elements are also accessed by using the indexing and by using slicing. Today we shall see how we can access the elements by using indexing tuple elements. My tuple is containing the elements 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here I am printing the value my tuple of 0. 0th index value is 1. My tuple of 3. So the value at index 3 is 4. This is how we can access the elements by using indexing. So as we have seen in the list, there are positive indexing as well as negative indexing. Negative indexing. Positive indexing always starts from 0. Negative indexing always starts from -1. In case of negative indexing, -1 is the index of the last element. -2 is the index of the last but one element. So here accessing the elements by using the negative indexing. My tuple is containing the elements 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now here I am displaying the value at index -1. So this is at index -1, this is -2, -3, -4 and -5. So here I am using -1. So the value at -1 is 5. The last element is displayed. Now if I want to print t of -3, -1, -2, -3. So what is the value at -3? The value at -3 is 3. The third element from the end. So tuple elements can be accessed by using indexing. We have seen that positive indexing starts from 0. The negative indexing starts from -1. This we shall see in the Python interpreter. Now I am creating a tuple. T is equal to tuple. Tuple of range of 1, 10, 2. Now T is containing 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. Now if I display T of 0, the value is 1. If I assign C is equal to T of 1, now C will contain the value 5, the value 3, because the value at index 1 is 3. If I assign D is equal to T of 2, the value at index 2 is 5. So if I display D, it is 5, or T of 2, it is 5. So the elements in the tuple are ordered. The index of the values will not change. If I want to access the last element, say that E is equal to T of 4. T of 4. If I display E, you will see the last element. The last element value is 9, is displayed onto the screen. What if I want to use the negative indexing? The negative indexing always starts from -1. -1 denotes the index of the last element. Now say that I want to access A is equal to T of -1. T of -1. So what is the element at the last index? The element at the last index is 9. So you can observe that when I display A value, it is 9. What if I want to access the last but one element? So T of -2. As we know that -1 is the last element index, so -2 will be the last but one element. B. If I display B value, you can observe that the last but one element is 7. 7 is stored inside the variable B. What if I want to access the third element from the last? The third element from the last is -3. You can observe that 5 is displayed. Say that D is equal to T of -4. Fourth element from the last is 3. This is how we can access the elements by using positive indexing as well as negative indexing. Here I have created the tuple by using the constructor. Now, there is one more way to access the elements by using the slicing. So now we shall see the accessing of elements by using slicing. Here a tuple is created. The tuple is containing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 elements. Now slicing. Here tuple 1:4. 1:4. As we seen in the list, the last index is not considered. So what are the elements in here? The tuple, this is at index 1, this is at index 2, 3, 4. So from the first index, from first index to 4th, as we see that the last index 4 is not considered. So what are the elements here? The elements are 2, 3, 4. So 2, 3, 4 is displayed inside the tuple. Whenever we access the elements by using the slicing, the output will be in the form of a list, in the form of a tuple. Now here we observe that my tuple of -3. Here we have not specified the starting index. As we seen in the list, the starting index, if we do not specify, the starting index will always be 0. So this is nothing but as if we have given 0:3. 0:3. Now what are the elements? The elements are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is at index 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now 0th element is considered, first is considered and second is considered. The third index is not considered. So this will be the values. 1, 2, 3 is the output. Here we are accessing the elements by using the slice. The output will be in the form of a tuple. The next example, T of 2:. Here we have denoted the starting index. We have not denoted the last index. Then if we not mention the last index, then it is up to the length of the tuple. So here the tuple starting index is 2. So the element 3 is considered and remaining all the elements are taken because we have not mentioned the ending index. So here we will get 3, 4, 5. Since we are accessing the elements in the form of a slicing, so the output will always be a tuple. So this we shall see by using the Python interpreter to access the elements of a tuple by using slicing. I will clear the screen. Now I will create a tuple. T is equal to tuple of BVRIT. Now I will display the elements of T. The T tuple contains the elements B, V, R, I, T. Now I want to access the elements T of 0:0. So here I have mentioned the starting index. Ending index, it will take up to the length of the tuple. Now you can observe that the entire tuple is displayed because I have started with the starting index 0. Now I want to display, say that A is equal to T of 1:3. 1:3. So what is the element at index 1? The element at index is 1. The element at index is 2 is R. The element at index 3 is not considered. So the output will be B, R. Now if I display A, then we can observe that it is containing two values. One is V and another is R inside the parentheses. Because we are accessing the elements by using the slice, the output will always be a tuple. Here you can observe that if I check the type of A is class tuple. Now, one more example. B is equal to T of colon 3. In this case, I have not used the starting index. I have used only the ending index. So if we do not mention the starting index, by default the starting index is considered as 0. So what is the value at index 0? It is B. What is the value at index 1? It is V. What is the value at index 2? It is R. The index 3 is not considered. The ending index is not considered. So the value stored in the variable B is BBR inside the tuple. So when I display the variable value B, then we are getting the output as tuple with the 3 values. Now if I check the type of B, the type of B is a class tuple. Let's see one more example. T is containing the elements 10, BVRIT, Sachin, comma 2. So here I am considering the tuple with the heterogeneous set of elements. So it is containing integer values, it is containing boolean, and it is containing string values, and it is containing float value also. So now I will apply the slicing to access the set of elements. So now A is equal to T of. Now I am using only the starting index. The starting index I am considering here as 3 colon. I am not using the ending index. So what is the value at index 3? 0, 1, 2, 3. So the value at index 3 is 2222. Now I have not used the ending index, so it will consider all the remaining elements. So here if I display value A, it is containing 3 values. One is 2222, 56.545 and the true. So now I will display A. Now you can observe that it is containing 3 values. Now you can check the type of A. The type of A is always class tuple because we are accessing the elements by using the slicing. Now again here I will denote only the ending index. The ending index I will consider as 4. Here I have not used the starting index. So by default the starting index will be 0. So 0th index element is considered, 1 index element is considered, 2nd index element is considered, 3rd index element is considered. So it will not take the 4th index value. So here the elements of tuple B will be 10, BVRIT, Sachin, 2222. So 4 values. And if you check the type of B, the type of B is always a tuple. So first time I have considered here, I have not mentioned the ending index. Here I have not mentioned the starting index. Now we shall see one more example C, where I will mention the starting index and the ending index. Here the starting index is 1. So what is the value at index 1? BVRIT. What is the value at index 2? Sachin. What is the value at index 3? 2222. So the value at index 4 will not be considered. So here in this example, the tuple C will contain 3 elements. One is BVRIT, Sachin, and 2222. So 3 values. So if I check the type of C, type of C is always a class tuple. This is how we can access the elements of a tuple either by indexing or by slicing. Next, we shall go to the PPT. Updating the tuple elements. As we already know that tuple is an immutable. Tuples are immutable. That means we cannot change the values. But there is another way. Tuples are immutable. You cannot update or modify the individual elements of a tuple. You can create a new tuple with the help of a desired changes. Here, one of the example given is my tuple is containing 5 values inside the parenthesis separated by comma. Here, a new tuple is created. New tuple. What the new tuple is containing? The element at index 1, comma 2 plus 10, comma 20 plus from 3 at index 3. What is the value at index 3? At index 3 is 4, comma remaining elements because ending index is not mentioned. Now, if we concatenate all these 3, then we get the resultant tuple as 1, 2, 10, 20, 4, 5. 20, 4, 5. So earlier, this my tuple is containing only 5 values. Now, this new tuple we have created by using the my tuple, now it is containing 6 values. So here we can see that 1, 2, 10, 20. This is 3 at index 0, 1, 2, 3. 3, it should contain 4 also. It should contain 4 because here we are accessing from index 3, 0, 1, 2, 3. So index 3 is 4. We have not mentioned the last index. So here the element 4 is missing. So when I display this now new tuple which is created by using the slicing and concatenation operation, it will contain the 6 value. So this is the updated tuple. In this way we can modify the tuple. So here a new tuple is created. If you want to assign the same name, then here we can use that my tuple is equal to new tuple. My tuple equal to new tuple. Then my tuple will contain all this set of elements. So we cannot directly change, modify or update the values, but we can change the tuple elements indirectly by using slicing and concatenation in this example. Now we shall see whether 4 will be inserted in the tuple or not. So it is containing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, colon 2 and 3 colon. So I will show this example whether we shall see whether 4 is contained in the new tuple or not. I will show this one in the interpreter. T is containing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, new tuple is equal to T of colon 2 plus 10, 20 plus T of 3 colon. Now I will display the new values. So here you can observe that the 4 is included in the tuple. So here the new tuple is containing 1, 2. 10, 20 is newly added. 4, 5. So 1, 2, 4, 5 are taken from the existing tuple T. 10, 20 is concatenated. The new tuple contains these 6 values. Now, if I want to convert the earlier tuple T should contain these set of values, then simply I can assign T equal to N. Now, if I display T, the values are 1, 2, 10, 20, 4, 5. But earlier the starting T is containing these values 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. In this way, we can update the tuple. Since tuple are immutables, That means we cannot change the individual elements. We can change by using this slicing and concatenation. Now the new tuple, the modified tuple T contains this set of values. So here in this PPT 4 is missing. So the new tuple will be containing the 6 elements because the index here it is 3. Tuple it is immutable, which means we cannot directly delete or remove individual elements from a tuple. Because it is immutable, we cannot remove the elements or delete the elements. However, we can delete the entire tuple using the del keyword. So we can use this del keyword to delete the entire tuple. When we delete the entire tuple, the tuple no longer exists in the memory. No longer exists in the memory. That means after deleting this my tuple, if I use my tuple again, then I will get an error. My tuple is not defined. So it is important to note that once tuple is deleted, you cannot access it. Deleting the tuple is permanent and cannot be undone. So this we shall see in the Python interpreter how to delete a tuple. I'll clear the screen. I'll create a new tuple. So this new tuple is containing the elements 1 to 9. 1 to 9. Now I want to delete the entire tuple T. Now if I use T, now you can observe that name T is not defined. So the deletion of a tuple is permanent. It cannot be undone. We cannot access the values of the T now because T is deleted. Now I will create one more example. A is equal to BVRIT college. If I display A is containing 2 elements. A is containing 2 elements. Now if I delete the variable A, it is removed from the memory. Now if I want to access A, now you can observe that we are getting the name error, name A is not defined. Or if you want to access the element like A of 0, here also you will get the error that name A is not defined because deleting the entire tuple by using the del keyword is permanent. It cannot be undone. Now we have seen here deleting a entire tuple. But what if I want to delete an elements? Remove the elements like this. I want to remove the element 2 or element 4. How we can do that one? This we can be done by using this example. So here my tuple is containing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. First I need to convert this tuple into list. Why I need to convert this tuple into list? Because list is mutable. That means we can change the elements of the list. So that's why we need to convert the tuple into a list first. So converting a tuple into a list. Now you can remove the element. Which element you want to remove? You want to remove the element 3. Element 3. Now I am assigning this tuple of my list. So this list now it is containing all the elements except 3 because 3 is removed. Now again I need to convert the list into a tuple by using the tuple constructor. Now when I display my tuple, so here we can see that the values 1, 3, 4, 5 are displayed because 3 is removed by converting the tuple into a list. This we shall see with an interpreter. Now we shall see how to delete an element from a tuple. Say that T is containing tuple. I am creating from the range 1, 20, in the steps of 3. Now T is containing these values 1, 4, 7, 10, 13, 16 and 19. Now I want to remove 4. So to remove 4, first I need to convert this tuple into a list. So I will use the constructor list of T. When I display A, you can observe that the elements are written inside the square brackets. That means A is the list. Now you can check that if I use the type of A, you can observe that the A is of type list. Now, as we know that we can remove the elements in the list because lists are mutable. That means we can change or delete the values. So I will use the remove method. Remove. I want to remove 4. I want to remove the element 4. A dot remove. I will display A now. So now you can observe that the element 4 is deleted from the list A. Element A 4 is deleted from the list A. Now I want to store this one A into a tuple by using the constructor. Now T contains all the elements except 4. So if I display T here, now you can observe that I have deleted the element 4. 4 is not present in the tuple. Now you can see that if I see the type of A is tuple, type of T is tuple. So this is how we can delete the elements. Now if I want to delete the element, remove the element 19 from the tuple, 19 from the tuple T. We cannot directly delete because tuple is immutable. Immutable means we cannot change. First we need to convert this tuple T into a list. Then we need to remove the 19 element from the list. Then again we need to typecast by using the constructor tuple. So now list A is containing these values. Again I want to remove this value 19 from the list. Now A will contain all the element except 19. But this is a list. But we want to modify the tuple. We want to remove the element from the tuple. So now what you do is you convert this A into a tuple by using tuple constructor. Now I am passing A now. Now you can observe that it is containing all the values except 19. So first we have deleted the element 4. The second time we have deleted the element 19 from the tuple. So indirectly we can delete the elements of the tuple. Basic tuple operations. So this we shall discuss in the next class. Thank you. Thank you all.
Like, share and subscribe. Hit the bell icon for more updates.